Hello, Mr. Roy. How are you doing this morning?
This morning I'm doing well as long as you're guaranteed to be.
Let's get on with this interview, shall we? Tell me a little about yourself.
Well, thank you for asking. I am a self motivated, determined, focused, problem solving individual whose life philosophy is any problem that is created by man can be solved by one. I like to believe I'm a problem solver.
Okay. What do you plan to gain from this opportunity as an office assistant?
I plan to gain more skills that I can take with me in life, such as time management, such as item management, and hopefully I can find that team that I really belong on that can make them better.
What are some of your strengths you believe you have?
My strengths are the ability to work well with a team. I understand that in any good business, corporation, or organization, the whole is not greater than the sum of its parts, or the whole is greater than the sum of its parts.
What are some of your weaknesses?
My weaknesses are been told I have too much focus and my ability to multitask.
Okay. Choose a conflict where you think you could have handled it better.
The conflict that I felt I could have handled better was my seventh grade science project. I felt there was a better way to go about doing our end of the year volcano, but my other comrades didn't think so. So I broke the old volcano and I made the new one without my team. That is when I learned team building is important because I failed.
Very interesting story. What is your greatest achievement this far in your career?
My greatest achievement thus far, I just marked it this morning. It would have to be being identified by a company of your caliber. My hopes now are only to grow with you as a company and to find my role here.
We have a lot of difficult patients that come in sometimes. How would you handle a difficult patient?
I'd handle my patients the same way that my seventh grade comrades handled me and my science project, with patience, a lot of patience. Genuinely, if you try to understand the patient, they'll usually find out that any problems that they believe they're having will have only been manifested by themselves when you really just show a need and want to understand their dilemma.
If I were asking one of your peers, how would they describe you?
Consistent, definitely able to focus and stay focused on one thing. And great. I would say I'm great.
So this next question is 3 questions in one. Okay? So describe a time you had to work in a team setting. What was your role? And how do you think you did personally in that team setting?
Well, in my 7th grade end of the year volcano science project, my role was to do the background, but I wanted to do the volcano. It didn't work out as well as I thought it did, but I learned. Did I answer all the questions?
Do you have a plan for personal development in this role?
Oh, definitely. I have a plan for personal development. I read a lot of management books. I read a lot of employee handling books. So if there's ever a room for me to grow within the company, I would like to be fit for the role on paper as well as fit for the role psychologically.
Well, thank you, Mr. Roy, for your time in this interview. Do you have any questions for me?
Yes, I have some questions for you. I'm glad that you asked. How long have you been working here?
I've been in this role for about a year now.
What do you like most about working here?
It's a very home setting. We're very team oriented here. It is easy to stay on track.
Yes. Could you tell me about a recent hire that you had that was successful in their role, and why were they successful in their role?
My recent hire was successful in their role because they were always open to learn. They didn't come in thinking, they knew everything. They wanted to learn and better themselves.
Could you tell me about a recent unsuccessful employee that you hired and why they were unsuccessful in their role?
I haven't yet had an unsuccessful hire.
It's the first time for everything. Well, thank you. What's the most challenging task do you think I'll be able, or do you think I will face here in your company?
Dealing with those difficult patients when it falls on you at that point. Listen to everyone's story. Everybody's different. You can't give the same answer to each difficult patient that comes in and needs assistance. So just trying to figure out what to say to make it better before it escalates.
Okay. How can I measure my performance to ensure that I have a positive impact on that challenge?
Patient response, how they respond and how they leave, will be how they measure your performance in handling those situations.
Okay, if there were any skills that you wish I had that I don't have, what would they be?
Well, Mr. Roy, you haven't been hired yet, so I don't know all of said skills that you have yet. But as a company, we do a yearly review and a 90-day probationary period to see what you do and how can we make your role here at the clinic better.
Okay, that's about all my questions. Where do we go from here?
I have a few other candidates coming in today, and so you will know by the end of the week. Thank you, Mr. Roy, for your time. Have a good day.